You know, when you have one of those weeks where you think you've got loads of time and you're going to get loads of lovely sewing done, and then you don't feel like you've done anything to take you away from sewing, but you've not done much sewing either. That's the kind of week I've had. But we're going to turn it round next week. So if you want to know about my plans to get my sewing back on track, stick around. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. You are helping me get up to that 3,000 mark. I'm clawing my way up there slowly but surely. So I really appreciate the subscription. If you've stuck around for a while, thanks for staying and liking and commenting on all my vlogs. I love you all to bits. It lifts my spirits and makes me sew even more, if that's possible. Talking of subscriptions, before we get into the sewing or lack of sewing this week, girls, I'm just over 2,800 subscribers, which is good going. I'm really pleased. I love you all. And the way I know that you're watching this channel is by subscribing. So, in an effort to get myself to 3,000 subscribers, I'm going to today launch a competition. It's really simple, really easy to join in, to be in the draw to win a whopping £50, yes, £50 fold line voucher. All you've got to do is be subscribed to my channel. So if you subscribed already, sit back and think, yay, I'm in the draw, I might win £50. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed because that helps us get to the 3,000 subscribers and you'll be in with a chance of winning the £50 voucher as well. So enough about that. So let's talk about what I got up to last week. I did do some sewing, I've got to be honest. Monday and Tuesday just seemed to be days where you had lots of boring tasks to do and sewing just had to fit in round them, which is not like me at all. It's usually the other way round. But I did get a little bit of sewing done. I did some planning for my next Busy Bee challenge, which I can't show you. Well, I can tell you that I'm going to be making a bag from a jacket, and if you want to see more about that, I will pop the link in the details below to the vlog. So that was work in progress. And the other thing I wanted to do was get my tulip dresses done. And that's all I'd put on my list. I must have known that I wasn't going to be sewing manically last week. Now, you did see one of them. I'll pop it back up here. It was the blue one with the eyelet viscose fabric as a trim. And I put that on Instagram and got quite a few nice comments. Thank you very much. I like it and I hope you do too. So I got the blue one done. And then I could not resist. En route in the background here is my Tula Pink version of it. How beautiful is that? I'll just adjust the camera and then you can see it in all its glory. Hang on a tick. So here we have it. This is my beautiful tulip dress from So Different Patterns. This pattern I'm loving at the moment. The fit I've got really good. Made it in this fabric that I got from the Festival of Quilts. It possibly is still available on Rainbow Fabrics, and if it is, I'll pop the link below. It's a cotton sateen in Tula Pink fabric print. I absolutely love it. Really pleased that I've got the floral detail right in the centre at the front. Loving the little bees that are dotted around on it. I've used a pink, popping pink, lightweight linen for the border on this one. And I've done a little border cuff, if you like, on the end of the sleeves. Now that part is not included in the pattern, it just tells you to finish the sleeves. But I think it looks nicer with the border on there to match the border at the bottom. Let me know what you think. So I made up a size 12 and at the boob area, because these babies need a size 12 to keep them under control. And then the blue one, I did a total size 12. And although I like it a lot, it felt a little bit like there was a little bit too much fabric around the bottom for me. So I've tweaked it and I've gone 12 down to where the pockets are, and then from the pocket notch down. So followed the line of the pattern because you don't want to lose the tulip shape. Followed the line of the pattern and graded it in to the smallest size, which is a size 8. And I like it when it's on. If you want to see some pics of me wearing this dress, then again, pop over to my Instagram channel and you will be able to see me wearing this dress. So yeah, size 12, graded to an 8. There's no zips in this dress, which is brilliant. The only notions that you need are lightweight interfacing, and woven interfacing is my recommendation. That's what I always use on garment sewing. So let's turn it round. And there's the back. Now the back is in 2 panels to give some shaping in the back, which is a really good idea. It means it scoops in at the waist and out again, so the tulip shape is reflected in this back panel as well. As I said, no zips. Now, word of warning, because I graded it down to an 8 at the bottom, and I got, I think there are 36 now, these babies, quite reasonably large. Not in your face, wow, look at the size of those boobs, but they're not tiny for my size. So when I'm getting this on, that bottom band, which is bias bound, by the way, a lovely finish, has to be a little bit of a shimmy over the babies, and then it's fine. And I'm all right with that because I wanted that tighter, more emphasised tulip shape at the bottom. If you're not bothered about that, then do it like the blue one. Equally as good, done all as a size 12. So the other thing that I like about this pattern is the facings are all sewn down. So you've got my little head now so that I can zoom in and show you the stitching that goes down the front, across the bottom and up the other side is all holding the facing down on the inside. It's not just decorative stitching. And then there's a huge facing in the back, so you have this huge scooping top stitching. Now, I did my top stitching all in bright pink because I wanted it to stand out, which has its own nightmare, doesn't it? So to get it straight up the front and along the bottom edge, I measured it out and just did some little marks to follow all the way round. And then I also tacked the facing down, hand tacked it down, just to make sure it all stayed in place and nothing shifted around while I was doing the top stitching. Belt and braces, I know, but little details like that can make a huge difference, particularly with a dress like this, because that top stitching is going to stand out a mile if it's not spot on. So yeah. Oh, the last thing I've not told you, which, you know, Esme would make me tell you, is it's got pockets. We all love a good pocket, don't we, girls? So yeah, that's my latest version of the So Different tulip dress. And that's my sewing this week. I know, one garment, what is going on? But I am taking my time with my sewing. There was a lot of hand stitching I did on that. I took my time. really thought about it. I had a lot of time spent with the pattern placement with this because of the huge pattern print on the fabric that I use. And I'm really pleased with the result. And that's the main thing, isn't it? It's not how many things you make, it's what they look like when they're done. Because if you rush and the garment that you made ends up looking like a dog's dinner, what's the point of that? There was no way I was ruining this fabric. No way, Jose. So that's enough of my excuses for only making one garment. Before we go on to what I'm doing next week, I just want to talk about sewing socials for a little minute. I mentioned last week that we've got some new dates for the social at the Millhouse venue. So if you want to know about those dates, I will put the details in the description. There is a Facebook group that everything gets posted into, and I'll pop that below. Join that group. We've got over 200 members in that group now, which is absolutely phenomenal. You don't have to be coming to our sewing socials to join in that group. It is just a group for people to share their sewing and information in. So that is brilliant. There's also a brand new social on the market in Harrogate. So if that's your neck of the woods, pin your ears back, because the lovely Ruth Wilson has started a new social in Harrogate. They're on a Saturday and there's lots of dates available, but the first one is on the 7th of September. And Steph and I have bagged the ticket for it already. So if you've not got a ticket and you're thinking about going, I suggest you get one quick, because they aren't going to be able to hang around very long. So if Harrogate's nearer to you than the Millhouse is, then there's a new one to try. And also, if you're like me and you're addicted to sewing socials, then why not do them both? Winner, winner. The other thing that I did this week was go to a car boot sale that was being held at the Millhouse venue, because I knew Steph had a stall and also Nicola. Hi, Nicola. Had a stall there. And Nicola is an avid quilter. So I was going to see if Nicola had anything that I could snaffle, and she did. She had a box full of quilting books. Now I was very restrained and I only bought 2 books. Just let me grab them. So this is the first book I got off Nicola, Simply Modern Patchwork Bags, and I love this. And I love this bag on the front. That's what drew me in. So I definitely want to make that one in some Tula pink fabrics. How amazing will that look? I also quite like this oblong shaped satchel bag. Now, it says you can fit a laptop in. My laptop won't fit in there, but I think it's a really smart everyday bag, and I think I'm going to have a go at that one as well at some point. Love this one as well, so I might do that one instead. We'll see. I love it in spots as well. I never thought about doing a bag in spots, but look how good that looks. Fabulous. And last but not least, I like this cute little clutch bag that's in there with the little detail on the front. I think that could be a stunning bag, and I've got some fabric in mind for it, so watch this space. So that was book number 1, and should have charged £1 each for these. Thanks, Nicola, you made my day. And then the second book that I bought was Quilting, Tula and Angela. Now, how could I resist how could I resist a quilting book that's designed by Tula Pink, by Tula from Tula Pink? So there are loads of quilt panels in this one, and I've got a few that I like. I like that Ghost Blossom one. Love that. Now, bear in mind, I'm nowhere near the level to be doing these, but you know, it's good to have them while they were available for future. I love that one. Get up close and you can see with the tiny design, pops of colour on a plain cream background. I think that's really effective. And that's actually one of the simpler ones, so that might be the first one that I actually make for my bedroom. I'll just choose one more because there are loads in here. We'll be here all day. So this is the last one that I've chosen. It's called the Akita moth, and it's a moth done all in quilting fabrics. How amazing does that look? Not sure I'm at that level yet. It doesn't say what level they're for in this, but look at that. That would look beautiful in my garden room on the sofa. But then again, the dogs would just lie on it. And that wouldn't go down well if I'd spent a lot of time, which it would be a lot of time for me to make that. So watch this space. There might be some Tula quilts on the horizon in the next 5 years or so. So really pleased with those two books. And the only other thing that I purchased this week, it's this. And you use it, it's like sponge, quite structured. And you use it for bag making. And I needed some for my Busy Bee Sewing Challenge bag. So I've got about 3 metres of this. And that's the only thing, apart from those two quilting books, that I've purchased. So I've had a very subdued week with the postman this week. He'll be missing me loads because he's usually knocking on my door every other day. Well, he hasn't been recently because what I've been trying to do, if you don't know already, is to do the majority of my fabric purchasing in person. And I'm doing quite well. The last online purchase I did was back in April when I bought the fabric for the dress for the gathering. So that's not bad at all for me, considering how much I still buy haberdashery items from Amazon and wherever else because it's just easier. But actual fabric, I'm getting better at buying things that I'm actually going to use because I'm buying them in person, I'm feeling them, I'm seeing the quality of them, I'm standing back, I'm thinking, what am I going to make with it? I'm putting it up to myself, looking in mirrors, checking the colours suit me. Because when you're buying online and they arrive, the colours can sometimes, well, quite a lot actually, not turn out the colour that you think. And that's not the supplier's fault, it's just that photography ain't that good at showing you the true beauty of fabrics. So I fully recommend making the effort, getting out there, make a day out of it. Go to a fabric shop, find the ones that are within an hour's drive of where you live and support your local businesses because that's certainly what I'm going to try and do. That's certainly what I'm trying to do. That's all I've purchased this week. Pat on the back, Christine. What am I planning to do next week or this week? Whichever way you want to look at it, or whenever you're watching this. As I've said quite a few times, trying to slow down with my sewing, a bit more conscious about it, slow sewing. And I am also conscious that I haven't done any of my Sewing Bee book sew-alongs. So I'm committing to doing one of those this week. Just let me grab the book and then you know what I'm talking about. This is the book. I chose 5 garments out of this book to do full sew-alongs with you and see how good the book really is. I'm going to do one of them this week. We did a vote in my community tab about which ones of the 5 you wanted me to do first, and the casual shirt, that one, came out tops. So that's, I'm going to record it and get it made this week. Whether I get it all edited and out next week, that's the aim, but we will see. So that's my weekly sew. I'm giving myself 1 garment a week to do, plus a Brucey bonus if I feel like doing it, to take the pressure off myself. So this week's definite sew is the casual shirt from the Back to Basics sewing bee book. And that's going to take some time because I'm recording it as well. And if I get that done, my Brucey bonus to myself is to make a start on the last of my tulip dresses, which is the one that I wanted to make in the first place. This was a wearable toile, beautiful wearable toile, but this is the real fabric that I bought for the pattern. If you saw it last week, I apologise. If you didn't, you're going to see it now. So there we go. Look at that. It's got all sorts of flowers on. It's a beautiful mid-weight linen fabric from So Different, who design the tulip pattern. They also produce their own fabrics. Laura designs them herself and gets limited quantities of each printed. So they've got some beautiful ones on different bases. They've got viscose, they've got a beautiful cotton lawn, and they have a mid-weight cotton as well, and this is their linen. So I want to make the tulip dress for autumn with the sleeves. I'll pop an image up there and then you can see what it looks like, the line drawing of it with the sleeves. That's what I'm thinking. Well, that's definitely what I'm doing. And this linen that I got from Roy's Material World at the Quilt Festival is going to be the bottom band. And I might do some little detail at the end of the sleeves. The sleeves, I think, are meant to be 3/4. I think by the time I'm done, they're going to be full length because I'm going to put a bit of a cuff on them in this gorgeous green just to bring the dress together. I think it will make a huge difference. So that's two things to make. One definite, one Brucey bonus if I get the shirt done. So what else am I getting up to this week? Well, I'm having a cheeky girly break again. I know, aren't I naughty? Steph and I are going to Harrogate for an overnight stay on Friday, coming back Saturday. Hand on heart, I'm not sure what the itinerary is. Steph has organised it all. I know we're going to be looking around some gardens, so maybe I'll get some beautiful photos of my tulip dress, weather permitting, while we're out and about. Who knows? So we're going to be looking around some gardens, etc. There might be a little bit of fabric shopping. In fact, there will, because there is a fabric shop in Harrogate that she wants to take me to. And on the way there, we're going to have a cheeky lunch stop at Skipton, because apparently there's a Boys in Skipton and I've never been to Boys, so I'm quite excited about that one. So you'll find out all about our little escapades next week. The other thing that I'm doing this week is, in fact, it's gonna, if you're watching this on Monday, it's happened today, because Steph is coming over this afternoon. We've decided that we're gonna do a joint de-stash. Scary or what? She's bringing over a load of fabric that she's going to put on her de-stash channel on Instagram, and I'm going to sort out, not done it yet, need to get it done before she gets here, fabrics that I'm going to de-stash. I'm going to be brutal with myself. If they're spring summer fabrics and there is little to no chance of me sewing them up unless I absolutely love them, I'm going to de-stash them. I'm not hanging on to fabric anymore. It's not good for my health. It gets under my skin, and I want my sewing space to be organised, logical, know what I'm doing, and not be overwhelmed by my fabrics. I didn't think I had a bad stash, but I was talking to someone the other week and they said, well, I said, I've counted up how many fabrics I've got. And they went, go on then. I said, well, I started the year off with 70 and I'm doing really well because I'm down to 60 now. And the face was a picture. And I went, is that too many? My God, you've got a problem, he said. I didn't think I had. Now, I know compared to some people's stashes, that's not big, but it didn't sit well with me, so I'm really going for it. So that will be out on Thursday, and we're going to go through them together and give you some ideas of what you can make with them as well. And then we'll be popping them on Instagram for you to buy. That's it from me this week. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you get lots of sewing done. I hope you watch our vlog on Thursday so that you can see what we're de-stashing. Right, I'm definitely going now. Love you and leave you. Love you loads, and I will see you Thursday for the de-stash. Have a lovely sewing week. Bye.